What's up guys, it's Parker J. Smith here, back with another live closing call video. If you aren't familiar with my channel already, I post all things remote cleaning, student interviews, live closes, the ins and outs of running and scaling these businesses. I post everything that I have done to build a business that does over 30K every single month and then exit that same business in less than a year round trip. If you guys are interested in more content, or if you want to join DSA, where I take a vast majority of these calls live with all of my students in small group workshops every single week, you can just hit the link in the description. But for now, let's jump into this video. I just closed a customer for an initial service on a 10,000 square foot massive home, 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. This is going to be a weekly recurring customer along with special event cleaning needed. I could easily see this racking up thousands of dollars every month from one customer. So guys, enjoy the video and I will see you after. Stanton, weekly cleaning in Lake Geneva residential.
This is Katie.
Hey Katie, how you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
Very good, thank you. This is Parker, owner of Madtown Maids. I just got your service request on Google.
Oh, nice. Okay. We are the house was just built, so my boss is now in and moved in. It's obviously not his permanent home, but he's looking for a service like once a week, and then also somebody that can be available as needed in regards to, it's not going to be rented out, but it'd be like family and friends come up for a weekend, and then we clean change the beds over, wash the sheets, change those out.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
didn't know if that was something you guys have a building for.
Oh yeah, that's very similar to a lot of our Airbnb customers. You know, we operate a couple dozen Airbnb units within the Lake Geneva area. So, like you said, the place won't be rented out, but it's essentially the same service cadence and style.
Yeah.
So, Katie, could you give me some information about the home?
Yeah. You know what? I'm waiting for the full square footage because I don't know, but I think but I'm going to say 6 bedrooms and let's say 8 bathrooms. I didn't count them when I was last there, but it's pretty large.
Yeah.
So, what it is, I have obviously the address, but nothing comes up when you look up, so I'm waiting for the contractor to get back to me with the full square footage.
Okay.
We're going to be there Friday, if you have a chance to maybe stop by and just take a look.
Okay. Yeah. So I would be really curious to hear the square footage. I am unfortunately actually traveling right now for a conference for the next 5 days. However, I do have some of my staff that has been working with me for a year plus, who I would trust to come and kind of do a walkthrough type of meeting. I don't know that we would really need one, but once I get some more information, I'm happy to see if that's something that's worthwhile for both of us here. So, Katie, I know we're looking at a weekly service. We're looking at kind of doing linens and laundry and things like that as needed. Is all of that going to be able to be done on site?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then is it still going to be cleaned every week, even if the homeowner is not in town or not using it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think, Katie, and then I guess last question here. This first service, you said he just moved in. I'm assuming that he's already had some type of deep clean done since he moved in.
We did a deep clean prior to furniture being arriving.
Perfect. Okay, so.
Yep.
And how long ago was that?
I'd say 2 to 3 weeks ago, but the contractors are still working. Not working per se, but there's just the finishing touches. Like this Friday we have just our homecoming in regards to the cable, the AV, things like that. There's last minute touch-ups with paint. There's last minute, little bits and pieces that he's finding. He was up there last week and he's going to be up there again this weekend. And the contractor is still fully involved. But obviously the house has furniture in it, the rooms are as is, and so on and so forth. So pretty much everything's in and ready. It's just going to be the little odds and ends that are still remaining.
Okay. Okay, so Katie, I would think, because when it comes to houses of this size, normally what I like to do is do an intro service that is almost more of an hourly model. It just allows me to actually see how long does this service really take. Because, based on this, what you've told me, I'm gonna guess we're maybe around 6,000 square feet. If that's the case, 6,000 square feet can take significantly longer in a place that's more heavily lived in or has more wet spaces, meaning like bathrooms and kitchens, versus a place that maybe just has like huge living room or a huge home theater. So this allows me to kind of get a real accurate timestamp for what the service would really look like on the weekly basis. And then from there, we'd be able to just give you a flat rate of like, okay, anytime you need us, it's gonna be this cost. We can come, if you have guests in town and we're gonna clean it twice this week, great. If you wanna change the service date from Thursday to Monday because you had guests in town, no problem. Like, we can accommodate anything from that standpoint, and you'll have the same cleaners every time. So that timestamp should be very consistent. Okay, so Katie, what I think would be best is if you could give me your email address here.
Yep.
I'm ready whenever you are.
It's K Stanton, STANTON, and then that's at Bridge, like a bridge you drive over, Bridge Industrial, all one word, .com.
Perfect. And then what was the full address? W4266 Southland Road, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin 53147. Okay, perfect. So Katie, what I would love to do is, I think if you feel confident that we're ready for at least getting that intro service done, and the contractors aren't going to be doing a lot more like heavy work or anything like that, I think what would make the most sense would be to get something scheduled for sometime like middle of next week, or whatever works best for the homeowner, and then we could almost do like a walkthrough and the intro service at the same time. And like I said, go through the cleaners, clock in and out on an app. It'll allow them to get a really accurate timestamp for me. And then from there, the intro service, you're gonna be able to see how good the quality is. You're gonna be able to make sure that everything is done exactly as we want it done. And then you'll know, okay, this will be my flat rate price every single service. And we can figure out a cadence and scheduling strategy and all that from there for all the as needed appointments.
Okay. I will know more Friday when I'm actually there to see what's left and how that is all going. So then I'll discuss, the homeowner's going to be there as well. So we'll just kind of see, because the issue at hand will just be, if he's not going to be up there next Friday or next week one day, then it'll be me who has to go let someone in, which isn't a big deal, but then I work from there. It's kind of, I'm his assistant at work, so it's not as simple to get back to and from. We're in Chicago, but no big deal either way. Let me see where the contractor's at on Friday. Let me see what his, thoughts are in regards to just, because eventually, the first few times we would be there, and then we may not be there in the future, where they just have the code.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what most of our customers do at some point. They may be around for one or two services. They get familiar with the team that's doing the cleaning, and then they just give us a garage code or a keypad code, and then we can just come and handle the services without it needing to be an inconvenience. So how about you, just once you get up to see the property on Friday, I'll follow up with you Friday afternoon and just touch base and find out how everything is looking, what the contractor's thinking, because we could even come next week and do a little bit more of a deep clean, or the week after and do a little more of a deep clean if we have created a little bit more dust and we have made a little bit more mess with these finishing touches, and then roll into the weekly basic clean from there.
Okay, perfect. All right, if you don't mind sending me an email, that way I have your contact information as well, and then we'll go from there on Friday.
Absolutely. Katie, I will shoot that over to you at kstanton@bridgeindustrial.com. Again, my name is Parker. I'm going to be sending you this email over from support@madtownmaids.com. I'll just basically recap the conversation that we had, and then on Friday we can go forward with scheduling the first service and kind of getting everything underway, okay?
Okay, perfect. So it's saying 6 bedrooms, 8 baths, and he just responded it's approximately 10,000 square feet.
All right, there you go.
10,000, you know, I mean, there's definitely parts of it that I'm sure would not need the whatever.
Yep.
Weekly, you know, obviously a quick dust, whatever. But yeah, we can go through that. I'll know when we're Friday and we'll go from there.
And that's perfect. Katie, this is the stuff we specialize in, because then you just tell us this needs to be done every week, this needs to be done every 2 weeks, this maybe needs to be done only every 4 weeks, and we'll just build out exact task lists for each service, and then, you know, it'll just be like clockwork from there.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Katie. You have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Were they message leads?
What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed that video. If you didn't notice, I used a very, very useful tool, the hourly intro service. A lot of you guys are always asking me when it comes to these large homes, commercial buildings, difficult to quote spaces, how do I come to a price? This is a tool that I have leveraged throughout the life of my business that has allowed me to get my foot in the door and show the quality of the fulfillment that my business has without scaring customers off with a huge price tag based on an initial service or a service contract that doesn't even exist yet. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. We have a lot more live sales calls coming so you can see exactly how I not only operate the business, but close deals and make money. And of course, if you are interested in working with me directly and starting scaling your own remote cleaning business, just hit the link in the description and fill out the application to get on a call with me and see how you can get started today. Or if you're just curious in dipping your toes into the water of remote cleaning and learning the basics of how I started and scaled my business with no strings attached, we have a $28 DSA Playbook that is available for purchase in the description as well.